Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello and welcome to Footy Judge More. Listen, people, the Premier League is back. We're so happy about this. The Premier League is back. Arsenal face a tough test at Nottingham Forest, but Declan Rice is fit to start for Arsenal. Jurgen Klopp provides big praise, to be honest, for Chelsea, saying that you see the trajectory, you see how they are playing. They're a very good team. He says that Thiago has been training but isn't fit for the game. Mohamed Salah is going to be injured. He's going to be out of the Arsenal game. He's saying that McAllister is fit as well, has been very good. And Marcus Rashford is available to be chosen for Manchester United. And we'll talk about this, to be honest, because apparently there is a difference in treatment between Jadon Sancho and Marcus Rashford. A lot of meltdown online about this. And Erling Haaland is back for Manchester City. But the Premier League is back. And we get to watch the Premier League again. So hit that button, people, if you just joined us, to be honest. It's absolutely, this is gonna be, it's at the Emirates. I'm sorry. It's at Forest. It's at Forest. People asked Newcastle. Almiron is staying for Newcastle. Toon Tactics is here, of course. Big up Phillips. But people, big games. Liverpool, Chelsea. Can Chelsea upset Liverpool? It is going to be another draw. We'll talk about this. But to be honest, hit that like button for us. Liverpool, to be honest, Jurgen, I had to delay a little bit the video because I was watching the press conference of Jurgen Klopp to see if he is gonna make something that he's gonna say something about someone is fit or not. But listen, people, hit that like button. And also, there's only one place to start, which is, to be honest with you, Arsenal. Today's game, Arsenal, Nottingham Forest. I don't need this. Why? Who am I listening to? I'm listening to myself. Arsenal, Nottingham Forest. This is the chance for Arsenal. Cut the gap. Put a little bit of pressure on Liverpool to 2 points. To be honest, I was watching the press conference of Jurgen Klopp when he said stuff about Conor Bradley and Konza and all the stuff. But we'll talk about Liverpool in a bit. But to be honest, Arsenal, this Declan Rice is fit. Massive boost. Thomas Partey isn't fit, isn't going to be there. The question is, who is going to start up front? Is it going to be Martinelli? Is it going to be Trossard? Arteta needs to get this right. Against Forest, against Nuno Espirito Santo, whose team hasn't been doing bad at all, people. His team hasn't been doing bad at all. Nottingham Forest lately have lost one game against Brentford away from home. As you can check here, you can absolutely see here, Nottingham Forest has been in a better form than Arsenal. They play at home. Yes, they drew against Bristol City in the cup, but I believe, to be honest, that this is going to be a very tough game. Tonight, we'll have the whole Arsenal crew for you, but today we're previewing the games together, me and you people. But hold on, Gabriel is fit, Declan Rice is fit. The predicted lineup is going to be Gabriel and Saliba, Declan Rice, Odegaard, Kai Havertz again. Is it going to be Martinelli? Is it going to be Trossard? I think we're going to see this. Ben White is back, Zinchenko. Arsenal will have a very good chance to win this game. Absolutely, they can win this game. Nottingham Forest, though, they have a lot of people that are in AFCON, if I'm not mistaken. But this is going to be a very tricky game. And the thing about this game for Arsenal, if this is a make or break, though, what do I mean by a make or break? If Arsenal don't win this game, I don't think there are second chances, even if they win against Liverpool. The reason why I'm saying that, because if we are looking at the table, of the Premier League, Arsenal are 5 points behind. If they fall more than that behind Liverpool, I think it's going to be done for them. The title is going to be done because you're going to be asking them to win 16 games because Manchester City aren't going to be dropping that many points. Manchester City have a game in hand. So practically, Manchester City are 3 points ahead of Arsenal. They have a game against Burnley at home. So this is Arsenal's chance to at least keep within touching distance with Liverpool and Manchester City. Tactically, though, I think this game needs a bit of physicality in the midfield. Can they play Havertz and Odegaard in the midfield? I doubt it, though. If it was me, I wouldn't do that. If it was me for Arsenal, I actually wouldn't do that for Arsenal. I would have. I don't know who's available for Arsenal to play in the middle. Maybe Smith Rowe. I don't know. But to be honest with you, maybe Jorginho, maybe play double pivot with Jorginho and Declan Rice if Jorginho is fit. Dana, Mike Das isn't coming today. Mike Das is going to be here tomorrow. Donna, you only hear when Mike Das is here. Kind of strange a little bit. It's going to be here after the Liverpool game tomorrow. We'll have a reaction today, people. The notification bell is important. Your notification bell is very, very important, to be honest. But Arsenal today, like looking at how the team is set up today. Listen, it's a very tough game for Arsenal. Mikel Arteta, it's a make or break for him. In the middle, I believe actually he shouldn't play Declan Rice. I don't believe he should play Declan Rice. I believe without a shadow of a doubt, he should play someone else. This is going to be a physical game unless he controls the game, the majority of the game. No, Espirito Santo isn't an easy coach. Is not. I believe so. It's going to be a very, very tough game for Arsenal. They have to win this game. You cannot be after dropping points, right, in the Premier League against Fulham and against West Ham. Yes, they won against Palace were abysmal. Crystal Palace were abysmal. I don't believe Nottingham Forest at their ground will be abysmal, in my opinion. I don't. I think they will be all right, Nottingham Forest. This Arsenal team, they aren't signing anyone in this window. Arteta came yesterday and said that he was upset that they said he's leaving, that he's committed. So that means he's committed to this team. He's committed to the squad. And I believe this is a chance for him. This game, back-to-back games, I think they need to win the game. We all know that they need to win the game. There are no second chances now. For Arsenal Football Club, there are no second chances. It wasn't a bluff. I'm telling you, the board of Arsenal know exactly who they hired and why they hired Mikel Arteta. It was a project. They needed to build a project. They needed to build a young squad. For sure, 150%. They needed to build a young squad. And they did. Look at Arsenal with the Sakas, the Martinellis, even the Rices, Odegaard. It's a young squad. I absolutely believe. So that's the thing. Should a new manager come in for Arsenal and actually win the title with this team? It might be. This is why I'm thinking, and I told you that many times. It is all about if there is a better manager out there, and Arsenal have the financial capacity to go and snatch a manager that will absolutely give them a bigger chance of winning the title against Pep Guardiola next year, right? They have to do it. But the new manager might ask for more experienced players. The new manager might ask for more signings. Do they have the financial capacity, Arsenal, to support a new manager? If they can't even sign anyone in this January transfer window, how you're telling me that a new manager will come in and they will have the funds? They need to sell a lot of players. The Nketiahs, the Reece Nelsons, the El Nenis, Jorginho has to go. The Caviors, they have to go first, to be honest with you, right? This fun and this is a thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you everybody that is supporting the channel, liking the video. How many likes are we on? We aren't even on 100 likes, people. So hit that like, get us to 100 likes. There's over 100 people here, so hit that like button. Why is this Arsenal final chance? But last season when we was flying, the title race didn't begin until April. What has changed? And I'm telling you what has changed. Last year, the difference is this is the last chance for Arsenal with Mikel Arteta. Oh, this is for me. Sorry, if you're asking about this particular game, because I believe that Manchester, if you fall 5 points behind Manchester City and Liverpool, for the last 16 games, you have to win 14 games, including the game against Man City at the Etihad. Studio Hooks. That's the problem. Like, I believe Arsenal from now on, there are no second chances. There are no second chances. That's the thing. Like, if you drop points against Forest, a Liverpool win against Chelsea, 7 points. You are asking in a 16 games they don't have to go on a winning streak. So to answer your question, they don't have to go on a winning streak. There is gonna be, if Liverpool win, there is gonna be 7 points between Arsenal and Liverpool. That means within the next 16 games in the league, because there will be 16 games, you're asking for yourself to at least win 14 games, and assuming that Liverpool will drop points in 4 games. I think that's less likely to happen. And not only Liverpool, though. The problem is you aren't going against one team. Even if Liverpool drop points, do you think that Manchester City will drop points? We actually did this math a little bit. We looked at, even if it was one team, an Arsenal are chasing one team and they are 5 or 7 points behind, there is a possibility of them, maybe there is a slim possibility of them catching one team. However, I am creating showman arguments. If no, this is, I'm answering his question though. He said, why is this the last chance? I said there are no second chances. Arsenal need to win this game, right? Because because his hypothetical question is that if Arsenal don't win again is forced, so that means they fall behind Liverpool by 7 points. I don't believe Arsenal will catch 7 points from Liverpool. I actually don't believe that. That's the thing. And Man City now, with Kevin De Bruyne is back, Haaland is coming back. I don't believe if Arsenal fall 5 points behind Manchester City, they will be able. I don't know why Arsenal fans are saying that. Will you think, honestly, you will be able to catch Liverpool and Manchester City, both of them in 16 games, if you fall 5 points behind? I don't believe so. If you believe so, it's up to you. I don't. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I am actually think that Arsenal, if they win this game and they win against Liverpool, which is a big possibility because they can win against Liverpool, I think they're back in it. They're back in it with pressure on Liverpool. They're back because Liverpool and Man City play each other. And Arsenal will go to the Etihad, so it's in your hand. You can go to the Etihad and get a result. Liverpool did it. So Arsenal can, but first, you need to win the game today against Nottingham Forest. And you need to win against Liverpool. That's my belief. Because after that, there will be 15 games left. And if you stay 5 points behind, unless Liverpool lose the game, and we'll come to that against Chelsea, lose the game will drop points. I'm actually put in a very, very plausible situations, to be honest. Now, the question is, oh, you became a member. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Thank you for everybody, by the way, supporting. Over 150 people here. So hit that like button for me. We're speaking about the Premier League finally. I hate speaking about news. Rashford did this, and we'll talk about Rashford. Jurgen Klopp is quitting, blah, blah, blah. Talk about the football. Talk about tactically what is going to happen in this game. Nottingham Forest are a team. Thank you so much for becoming a member. And thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate the super chat, of course. I want to check that Nottingham Forest, to be honest with you. In the last games, Nottingham Forest, every time I'm watching them, they have a lot of energy, though. Forest. Even against Brentford, I was watching the game. There's a lot of energy, Nottingham Forest. They against, in the cup, they had a lot of against Manchester. When I was watching them against Manchester United in the 2-1 game, yes, they didn't sit back deep. They didn't actually. Here is the thing about Nottingham Forest against Nuno Espirito Santo. They know when to go forward. That's the thing. So Arsenal today will face a big hurdle. But do I believe Arsenal have every single weapon to win this game? 100%. If you're going to sit here and tell me that Arsenal going to Nottingham Forest aren't favorite, I think they are. However, it's going to be a tough game. It's not an easy game. There's a difference in Arsenal playing Crystal Palace at home and Arsenal going to Nottingham Forest. Arsenal aren't going to the game. This is not an easy game for Arsenal. I'm not sure if people think that this is an easy game for Arsenal. I actually believe it's going to be a fight. This is going to be a tough game for Arsenal. And Arteta has to get the tactics right. I'm not sure if Havertz is the guy to play this game. Very physical Nottingham Forest. Very, very physical. Morgan Gibbs White plays in the midfield behind the lines of the opposition. Is Odegaard, can Odegaard support Declan Rice? Kai Havertz, we know that people talk about his defensive attributes and he doesn't. Declan Rice is, sorry, Kai Havertz isn't the defensive guy. So, in my opinion, I think that he needs to play someone else. I don't know who in the middle. I actually, if it was me, I'll play Jorginho, Declan Rice, and leave a little bit Odegaard higher on the pitch, along with Jesus, Trossard, or Martinelli, whoever is going to play with Bukayo Saka. You will see. You will absolutely see. You will see. You will see. I don't think. I think it's going to be a very, very tough game for Arsenal. If Declan Rice play, I am. Oh my God! I'm a big part of the anti-habits. I'm a massive part of the big anti-habits. Massive, massive part of the big anti-habit. I actually think that Kai Havertz, he might be the reason why Arsenal won't challenge for the league. And I'm like, I'm blunt about it. You know what I mean? I don't hide it. Every time bro, I think Kai Havertz was a fantastic player uh, at Bayern Leverkusen, but I believe that he went to Chelsea. Bro, the body language, the work rate, the work ethics, and I showed people Kai Havertz, and people didn't believe me. I'm gonna show you Kai Havertz. To be honest, like in my opinion, Kai Havertz shouldn't have been playing for Arsenal. I don't know how. He paid 65 million. Imagine you could have paid 65 million for someone. You wanted to replace Xhaka, but you got Kai Havertz for 65 million. I believe this is absolutely nuts. I believe whoever made that decision at Arsenal, I'm being serious, should be sacked. I swear. And I'm not, because he's trying to play him so hard. I actually believe that no, what is Kai Havertz now in all the website is turning into a midfielder. Watch this, people. Watch this. I showed this to people. This is Kai Havertz percentile in the Premier League. We're gonna talk about Liverpool. This is Kai Havertz. Look at the percentile right here. Defensive actions, he's in the 11th percent. Right, the duels, he's in the 16th percent. Right, progressive passing is 0.9%. Bro, forward passes. Bro, to be honest, I'm probably one of the biggest Kai haters out there. I am 100%. I believe that if Arsenal spent the 65 million in a better midfielder, I don't know who, someone with the likes of Goretzka or someone like, I don't know, Kimmich or someone from that kind. I'm not a scout, right? I am not a scout. But even if you went and got Azubamendi in the summer, I absolutely, I absolutely think Arsenal would have been probably in a way better place. I swear, I swear. This is my honest belief. If anybody say and tell me that Kavit scored 4 goals and had 2 assists in the league, and that's justified, that is justified. 65 million for them, you're deluded. And some Arsenal fans, what they're trying to do is that they're trying to do whatever makes them sleep at night. I promise you this. And you think I can't have it like it. I was so open about in the beginning of the league. I said I wanted Liverpool or Arsenal to win the league. Arsenal or Liverpool to win the league because I'm Man City fans, and I have a lot of Man City fans here, right? And they know I'm about this. They know I like, and they are happy. They're like happy with me. I'm like blunt about it. I wanted Liverpool or Arsenal to win the league because I don't want Man City to dominate the league. But anyway, Arsenal this game, I believe tactically someone else should play other than Havertz. Zinchenko's gonna invert. No, it's not semantics. I actually believe Kai Havertz, if I'm watching him many, many times, he could have done the right one. He could have played the right pass, and he doesn't. I promise you this. People think I watch with an agenda. I don't. I I wanted Kai Havertz to do. I don't care. I'm not an Arsenal hater. I'm not a Man City fan. I'm not a Liverpool fan. But he doesn't. He doesn't play well in the midfield. The reason why I'm saying this, and this is the last thing I'm going to say about Arsenal, is that last season Arsenal had a machine with 11 players working together, right? One of this big parts of that machine was Granit Xhaka, who was supporting Martinelli, highest player on the pitch when they were attacking sometimes, and the first one to run back and make a last ditch tackle. Right? The problem with that machine is that Mikel Arteta, because he's a young manager, worked very well on working with 11, 12 players. The difference between top coaches and the coaches that are still new is that someone like Pep Guardiola works with 16, 17 players, chop and change. Look at the Champions League final. Kevin De Bruyne out, Foden in. He can chop and change in the system. The machine works. Jurgen Klopp probably sometimes is the same. Like I remember the game against Barcelona for Jurgen Klopp when Shaqiri and Origi played. He still pressed from the first minute. They still did the same. They still tried to win the game. They still did everything. Jurgen Klopp, Pep Guardiola, they coach 16, 17 players or 15 to 17 players to do the same job. So the machine works. I believe Arsenal last season, when Thomas Partey dropped and William Saliba dropped, I believe what happened is the machine didn't work because I believe that he couldn't, Mikel Arteta, he couldn't deliver the same message. He couldn't train more than 12 players to do what he wanted because he built a fantastic system. 50 points out of the first half of the season is something absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I was watching them and they were fantastic, Arsenal, last season. I was enjoying watching Arsenal in the beginning of last season. The first 19 games, you enjoy the game. You enjoy them dominating games. You enjoy Bukayo Saka. You enjoy the triangles. But the problem happened, and I said that if William Saliba didn't get injured last year, I believe Arsenal would have won the league. And that's the thing. He was able to extract Mikel Arteta everything out of everybody. People wanted Xhaka out like 2 seasons ago. The way he played last 7 goals and 7 assists, he was very good. And Arsenal fans didn't want to admit this because he was bad before. Some players, by the way, they peak for 1 or 2 seasons in a club. Look at Granit Xhaka, to be honest, and that's credit to Mikel Arteta. Granit Xhaka for Bayern Leverkusen now. People are singing his name, right? That's a continuation from his form last year at Arsenal. I think he was absolutely brilliant. He was one of the best players in Arsenal last year. He was what we call a soldier that is not getting a lot of praise. But to be honest with you, I believe that someone saying lazy narrative, using the end result to rewrite history. Pep finished 10 points behind Liverpool the season. He lost Laporte for. But Pep lately, but he didn't only lose Laporte. I think he didn't have defenders at that time. But watch last season and watch the season before. And by the way, this season as well. Yeah, Man City look a little bit different. But to be honest, anyway, listen, we'll see about Arsenal today. I wanted to move to the second game, to be honest, which is Liverpool versus Chelsea. But before we do that, Erling Haaland back. Vincent Company is going to get smashed. Vincent Company is going to get smashed against Man City, to be honest. I believe Manchester City Haaland is going to be back. I'm not sure if he's going to be starting. He might come off the bench or something. I believe Vincent Company, with all the play on the ground, pass the ball around, I believe he's going to get smashed. Because the only way you can try to get a result if you're a small team like Burnley, which is one of the reasons. Yeah, Arteta lost Tommy and Saliba. This is why Morris, which is the last thing, I'm gonna answer you out of respect. This is why I said sometimes you lose Saliba. I think Jorginho might have done the job of Partey, but losing 2 players, I think, is too much. It's too much. I think it was too much. And also Thomas Partey dropped form big time. But anyway, long story short, People, how many? We have over 200 people here. How many likes are we on? Embarrassing. We aren't even on 100 likes. Embarrassing. Can we get the likes up a little bit? Why are you guys embarrassing me? Why are you guys embarrassing me? Over 200 people. Can we get the likes up to 200? The like button, if you don't know, is underneath your live chat. Underneath your live chat. It's not hard. Just hit that like button underneath your live chat. Come on, people. At least we need 150 likes. Come on. Anyway, v Liverpool versus Chelsea, though. A lot of people are saying that this is going to be a draw. This is going to be a draw. I believe that this game will have goals. This Chelsea team, I believe this game will have some goals. Who do I think will win? I actually think that Liverpool will win this game. I actually believe that Chelsea will have a good game, but I believe that Liverpool will win this game. I absolutely believe that. The reason why I'm saying that, I think this Liverpool team is going to be galvanized at home against Chelsea with Jurgen Klopp's. Let me just do the super chat before we talk about Liverpool, because Aya supporting the channel. Guys, wallahi, big up for supporting the channel. Big up for supporting the channel and sending W's in the chat for my guy, Aya Gomedi. Aya Gomedi, W's in the chat, wallahi. Look at the support of the channel. Look at how people support the channel. Big up for Aya. Big up. W's. Mo, I think Arteta needs to win a major trophy to gain that confidence, to trust his non-starting 11 team players to play more. I can imagine that pressure managing a big club that seriously need major honors ASAP. My excuse to super chat, one of my favorites. Lovely. Wallahi, lovely. Absolutely lovely supporting the channel. Big up for supporting the channel and sending me a super chat like this to support my humble channel. Here is the thing. I actually believe, Aya, that Arteta has the support of the board. The way I watched his press conference yesterday, I think he has the support of the board. He said, I'm upset about Barcelona and I'm happy here. I believe he's happy at Arsenal. And I believe the board, by the way, I actually now believe the Arsenal board, the sports director, Arteta, they have a project in their head that is different, right? From what the fans think they should. I think the fans think that we need to win today, we need to win now. Of course, Arsenal want to win today. Arteta wants to win, but they're also, I think, building, because I believe in this narrative now. I actually believe that Arsenal are building. The problem that I keep saying is that if they regress this year, what I mean regress is like they come fourth. I'm gonna answer your question, Constantinus. If they come fourth, if they get out, if Porto knocks them out, I believe that's regression. To be honest. I believe that's regression. And I'm gonna keep the same energy. If you regress and a big club, you need to get sacked. Big clubs always need to take step forward. And by the way, progression doesn't only mean winning the league. Progression, and I keep the same energy for the people that are watching me from the same. Progression means actually progression. Playing good football. Like, I believe that if Arsenal challenge Man City and Liverpool towards the last game of the season and go to a quarterfinal or a semi-final of the Champions League, get knocked out by small details of Real Madrid, I believe that's progression. But if Arsenal fall off, finish 10, 12 points behind Man City, I believe that's regression. Why should Arsenal accept that? To be honest. So, but at the moment, Arsenal are very inconsistent. Very, very inconsistent, in my opinion. Like, I believe that Arsenal are very, very inconsistent. And this is why I'm saying that Arsenal need to a little bit be better on the pitch, win some games, win against Liverpool, put a good performance at the Etihad against Manchester City. But Aya, really, really appreciate you, Aya. Really appreciate you. I'm gonna now Thank you so much for everybody that's supporting the channel, sending a super chat. Constantinus is saying, when LFC become favorites, not just contenders. Let me tell you. Simple. Liverpool, if they win against Chelsea, if Liverpool win against Chelsea tomorrow, I'm sorry, and if Liverpool get a result against Arsenal, not lose, I think I have to say that at that time they are equal to Man City in terms of it's a 50-50. Until the game at Anfield, which is going to be 5 games after this. If Liverpool win against Man City at the Etihad, if after the game at the Etihad, Liverpool are 4 to 5 points ahead, which is 2 games drift, what I mean, 2 games drift is a big deal because there will be 10 games left. Liverpool, if they are 4 points or 5 points above Man City at that time, I believe Liverpool at that time should be favorites to win the title. And I'm not changing my mind about this. By the way, I said it 2 weeks ago. I said it before even before all of this, before the cup games. I believe this is the time that Liverpool become favorites for the title. Even though people say Man City have a deeper squad, Man City have that, Man City have this. Liverpool Football Club, if they reach that point, which is 30 games, 4 points or 5 points ahead of Man City, that means you prove to everybody that you can be consistently good above Manchester City. It's as simple as that. Like at that time, there will be enough sample size for us to judge Liverpool to say that you are favorites to win the title at that time. But if Liverpool don't win against Chelsea and don't win against Arsenal, now we'll know that Man City are favorites. However, what do I think will happen? Big question. Because people say, Mo, you say if, you say that, you say this. What do I think will happen? I believe that Liverpool will win against Chelsea tomorrow. I believe that Liverpool will win against Chelsea. That's my belief. I believe that. I believe that Liverpool might get a result against Arsenal at the Emirates. For some reason, I have this belief that Liverpool will be able to get a chance to get a result against Arsenal at the Emirates. And it has nothing to do with Arsenal. It's all about Liverpool. If Liverpool win against Chelsea, which is, I believe that they will win against Chelsea. I believe so. I actually think that Liverpool might be. I believe that Liverpool will be able to get a result against Arsenal at the Emirates. Why I'm saying this? Because I think Arsenal are inconsistent. A result for Liverpool means a draw or a win. And I believe the game against Arsenal might be a draw at the Emirates. And I think that's good enough for Arsenal, for Liverpool, actually. It's not good enough for Arsenal, though, but I believe it's good enough. I don't need you to gift That's how confident I am. You can gift memberships without having, but I don't like people gifting memberships, actually. I actually don't. Yes, Sabozlai, and that's why I have Sabozlai on the thumbnail. Because I believe that Sabozlai, Trent, and Robertson make a big difference. But I believe, and I'm going to say this, I believe Gomez should still play. I believe that Gomez should still play. Gomez should still play the game. You're not telling me that Robertson is coming back and he will absolutely have everybody starting. He will start over Gomez, so no. But the game against Chelsea, I wanted to speak a little bit about the game against Chelsea and what are the key battles and who is gonna, where is the game gonna be won? Liverpool versus Chelsea. Where is the game gonna be won? Here you go. I don't believe I'm not sure if Broya will play, but it's the report saying that Cole Palmer will start as a forward, blah, blah, blah. Come on. I believe actually the game won't be won in the midfield. It won't. It's going to be a toss up in the midfield. Actually, I believe the battles will be the one on ones. The spaces behind the two defenses. It's not going to be in the midfield, actually. I actually believe that it's not going to be the midfield at all. It isn't. It's not. It's going to be actually the forward lines. Both forward lines. Are they going to be able to battle the defenders? That's my point. I believe that that's the point. Because the midfield, I think they can be equal though. We saw in the first game, one half this was ahead, one half this was ahead. I believe it's going to be the forward line. Because I believe both teams will have a chances to go one-on-one against the defenders. Both forward lines. So who do I fancy more as a forward line? In my opinion, Diego Jota, Cole Palmer. These are the biggest difference makers, in my opinion, in this game. Cole Palmer, Diego Jota. Diego Jota, I believe, can win Liverpool the game, right? Cole Palmer, however, physically, Cole Palmer is a very good technical player. Knows how to dribble, does this, does that. But I believe that the problem is going to be Diego Jota. And I believe Diego Jota have a bigger chance of beating the defenders of Chelsea than Cole Palmer, Madueke, and Sterling getting anything out of the Liverpool defense. Because I believe Virgil van Dijk, even though he made a mistake, I believe Virgil van Dijk, in my opinion, at his day, which is most of the Exactly, Philip. Exactly, Philip. I don't think he will be able to handle the physicality. And people talk about history. People talk about the historical. They drew the last 7 games. But I believe that this is the time where Liverpool win the game. This is the time when Liverpool win the game. There's too many mistakes in this Chelsea team. Too many mistakes in this Chelsea team for Liverpool not to win the game at Anfield. In the first game in the Premier League, after Jurgen Klopp announced that he's leaving, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, and people can correct me if I'm wrong, right? The crowd that goes to Anfield for the cup is different than the crowd that goes to Anfield for the league, because I actually believe that when I went to England, that when I went to Crystal Palace, they told me that anybody can get a cup game ticket, but the season ticket holders, some of them don't go to the cup games, they go to the league games. But I believe that this is the time where Liverpool win the game against Chelsea. From Chelsea point of view, for the Chelsea fans that we are here, from Chelsea point of view, right? It's a very, very tricky time for Chelsea. The reason why I'm saying this, because Chelsea fixtures are Liverpool, Wolves, you can win the Aston Villa away, Crystal Palace away, Man City away, Spurs away, and Liverpool in the cup, the final. I believe that the thing about Chelsea is that you can see the progression. You can see the progression. What is this? You can see what Pochettino is doing on the pitch, but they miss a lot of chances though. They miss a lot of chances. That's the problem. Pochettino, yes, his in-game management isn't great, but he's very limited by the bench. People said he makes so many wrong substitutions in the game. But look at their bench. Look at their bench. Sometimes is so weak. They have names, and I said that many times. Sometimes they have names that don't have faces on Google. Like, I had to Google the name to know who's this player on the bench. And that's ridiculous, to be honest with you. It's absolutely ridiculous that Chelsea, after spending that much money, they have players that I have no idea who they are on the bench. It's crazy, right? It's crazy to think like that. But Chelsea, the problem with Chelsea is that, and I'm gonna keep the same energy that I said, you cannot be sitting net ninth. No excuses. No excuses. I said that. Even though I said Pochettino, I see the footprint. We see sometimes the style of play. They create a lot of chances. Stats don't lie, and the eye test don't lie. He makes the wrong. Sometimes he makes the wrong substitutions. He puts the wrong players. He puts the wrong players in the right places. But at the same time, there are no excuses. No excuses. There are no excuses for Chelsea Football Club. No, you guys know them. Mo, yeah, yeah, you know them. But for me as a neutral, some of the youngsters, they don't have pictures on Google, and I think that's. But yeah, again, a lot of injuries for Chelsea. Kukureya's injured. Chilwell was injured for a long time, and I actually wanted to speak about this. Chilwell as a left back. People say he's good, he's not good, he's this and that. I believe that Chilwell is a good player. He just needs a cover behind him. Going forward, he is very, very good. How many likes are we on? We have 200 people here. We aren't even on 150 likes. So hit that like button, people. Support the channel. Colwell isn't available too. So Chilwell will have to play. I believe it's going to be Badiashile, Disasi on the right side, unless he's going to play. Malagusto still injured? I'm not sure, actually. Is Malagusto injured? Oh, yeah, I think Malagusto's injured as well. Shit. They have nobody, people. No. Oh, my God. They have no one. Oh my God, how's Chelsea team gonna play football? To be honest, Broya, Broya should play. He's gonna. I know what Pochettino. Malagusto is good. Malagusto is in doubt. That's what the website says. It says that Malagusto is in doubt. But I believe you should start Disasi and the right back. Badiashile, Thiago Silva, Chilwell. I don't know what is gonna happen to Chelsea, to be honest, because Gallagher in the midfield with Enzo and Caicedo. It's kind of tricky though. Should he play Broya up top? I actually think you need a forward. Broya is more physical than Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer isn't going to be able to handle Konate and Van Dijk. Come on. Give Cole Palmer the space behind the left back of Liverpool. Play Cole Palmer on the right side or play him in the 10. Like, because I believe this is a trick that I think. I believe that Cole Palmer can do very, very good behind McAllister because McAllister isn't the best in the transition. In the recovery, McAllister is a very good player on the ball, dictating the game. I believe. I'm wrong. Well, that's a very good question. I don't know why they're getting injured. Nkunku's back. I don't think Nkunku is going to start, though. I think he's going to be off the bench. I think it's going to be off the bench. And I believe that Malagusto might be off the bench. So Malagusto might start, but I believe he might be off the bench. But we'll see. But I'm telling you, my predictions for this game, my predictions is Liverpool to win 3-1. 3 goals for Liverpool. 3-1 for Liverpool in this game. That's what I believe. 3-1 for Liverpool. Let me do a couple of super chats. There are a couple of super chats sent. Thank you so much. Step back merchant. Is Liverpool and Arsenal have no chance? City will win 15 in a row and clinch it. Just watch. Well, Chelsea, Man City go to Liverpool at Anfield. Do you believe that anybody that goes at Anfield are favorites? So that's why I'm saying City aren't winning 15 in a row. They aren't. Step back merchant. But thank you so much for the super chat. He said Liverpool and Arsenal have no chance. Oh, you sent it twice. But thank you so much. I believe without a shadow of a doubt that Liverpool, especially after Liverpool, if they win tomorrow, that's not without a shadow of a doubt. I don't have a crystal ball, but my predictions is Chelsea will win. Liverpool will win tomorrow, and go into the game against Manchester City. I think Liverpool at that time will fancy their chances. Kofi, thank you so much. What most content creators don't realize is that Poch had a plan and didn't give a backup. That's why we in the pot. And that's what I mean. Poch had a start. Wallah, you're right. Because Poch, from the first preseason game, he had a style of play. In the first preseason game, he had a style of play. The first preseason game, he had a style of play. The problem is lots of injuries. Can't get the same starting lineup week in, week out. Caicedo was injured. He had to start this. Cole Palmer at the end came in. Where does he play? Right side, left side. Chokomeka was fantastic the first game and in the preseason. Boom, Chokomeka's injured. Raheem Sterling play one game well, second game drops a stinker. It's too many inconsistent players. But I can see the footprint, Yahi. I can see it. The problem is he makes and listen, he makes bad changes in the game, but that's what he has on the bench. Chelsea aren't winning. It's 0-0. What do you want him to do? He has to make changes. People say, but the changes don't make sense. Well, but that's what he has on the bench, Yahi. What do you want him to do? That's what he has on the freaking bench. So there is no way around it. There is no way around it. Like he has to make some changes like this. It's ridiculous. Sometimes people just want to be harsh. Yes, sometimes he puts the wrong player in the wrong place. Like sometimes, why would you play Malagus to left back? Yeah, that's a mistake. I'm gonna give you this, right? He made some mistakes. Like for some game, for some reason, Malagusto came on and played left back, and Disasi was right. But I realized later that Disasi cannot play on the left at all because his left foot is dead. Like his left foot is dead. So Malagusto at least has a left foot. I don't know, Tyler. I don't know what you're asking about. What opinion? Because I'm sorry, I wasn't on the comment section. I was in the super chat section, so I didn't see which part did you send that. Mo, talk about Inter for me. I need Lautaro. Why would Lautaro leave Inter to go to Arsenal unless you offer him so much money? We are top of the league. We're in a better place than Arsenal. Yes, we don't have money, but we offered him a new contract. We're about to win the league, man. So why would Lautaro leave Inter, who about to win the league? He's adored, right? He speaks Italian. He speaks Spanish. He lives in Milan. With all due respect, he lives in Milan. So he isn't going to go live in London. I'm sorry. With all due respect. With all due respect. And you aren't a bigger club. You aren't. We won a triple. We won 3 Champions Leagues. Won more league titles than you. We won way much more trophies than Arsenal. The only thing you have more is a fan base because you speak English and because the Premier League is a bigger league now than the Italian league. But the only reason Lautaro will go to the Premier League, the only reason, which is one reason, is if you offer him more money, and because the Premier League has more exposure. But listen, to be honest, there is no comparison between Arsenal and Inter. With all London is nicer than Milan. Have you been to Milan? I've been to both. Have you been to Milan? Have you ate Milan food? Have you seen the fashion in Milan? Milano is one of the best cities around the world if you're rich. Are you serious? You're talking about Milano. Go to Milano, bro. Wow. Wow. There's not even a question, my man. There's not even a London and Milano. Bro, Milano. I've been to both. I like Milan. I like Milan. I like Milano way more. I've been to a lot of places in yeah, Italian league is bad, but I think if you're top of the league and you're winning the league and you're the Capo Caponieri in Italy, I think that's a big thing. That's a big thing. But listen, I think the last part is the last. Thank you so everybody for supporting the channel. So yesterday I got into a little bit of an argument with Staffy. You guys know Staffy, of course, my friend Staffy, about Marcus Rashford and what should have happened. And hear me out about my theory, right? I believe, and stop Arsenal and Inter stuff. Let's talk about a fun thing, Manchester United. And hit that like button. Can you get me to 150 likes? We are on 130 likes of over 200 people here. So hit that like button, people. Please. I'm asking you to hit that like button. 150%. let me ask something. Before I do that, let me we'll talk about Man United, we'll talk about the rush. Let me know what did you let me ask you something. I want a yes or no question. Do you believe do you believe that Marcus Rashford should have been suspended for the Wolves game? Yes or no? Yes, if you believe Marcus Rashford should have been suspended for the Wolves game. Yes. So here is what I got into with Staffy yesterday. It's opinions. Opinions differ. We're all good. We're all friends. But I believed that Marcus Rashford, what he did, and they said he apologized and he got suspended of the Newport game, right? And I said the club had the perfect opportunity. Yes, I did. I did, Ali. I did visit Mexico. I went to Cancun and I went to Mexico City for like a couple hours. I believe that Marcus Rashford gave the club the best opportunity to silence people. And hear me out. All the club, all the club, I wanted to speak up because I wanted your opinion about this as well. All the clubs, all the fans say that Ten Hag, you're spineless, you treated Sancho as this. They had a chance, Man United, to send a clear message to the supporters, to the media, that we treat everyone the same. One game, support Rashford, suspend Rashford for one game. One game, you will silence everyone. Just one game. Is it right? Is it wrong? Not my place. But Rashford did something wrong. He paid a fine and he apologized. Suspend him for that Wolves game. I guarantee you, nobody will be able to talk about the Sancho situation again. No one. Because every time someone will talk about the Sancho situation, people will say he treats everyone the same. But they didn't. Do you know why they didn't? Because he needs them in the Wolves game. Unless they don't want to damage the player. They don't want to damage the asset. The problem is Man United treat Marcus Rashford as an asset. He really, really is treated as a Man United asset. And they didn't want to suspend him for whatever reason. And I believe that the club is patting. By the way, that 2 weeks, that 2 week, as in an asset that they're gonna sell him. Like he's their poster boy. He's their poster boy. They don't want to ruin the poster boy. This is why the statement that was released yesterday showed that he apologized and he's gonna pay the fine and we're gonna move on. Right? He's the poster boy. Right? They didn't want to ruin the ass, like they didn't want to take it up a notch. Even though I think one game suspension, the Wolves game, because you suspending him the Newport game, the Newport game, you're counting his suspension. The guy missed the training before the game, so without a shadow of a doubt, he wasn't going to get chosen for that game. Does that make sense to you? If I missed the training before the game because I was drunk the day before, because I was drunk the coach, I'm not expecting the coach. That's not a suspension. The coach isn't expected to pick me for the game, isn't it? Isn't it just logic? Isn't it logic? Like there is a difference between I go to training and then the coach is suspending me for the game. That's my opinion. But the Newport, if you miss the practice because you were drunk 48 hours before the game, professional footballers, the coach shouldn't choose you for the game. You still have alcohol in your body. You had a night out. You didn't sleep well, and you didn't train. So it's simple as that wasn't a suspension. That was just a consequences That was just a consequence of you going out. It wasn't a suspension. It's not that you trained the whole week. And as far as I know, unless I'm missing something, when was he in? When was he in the club? Can someone correct me if I'm wrong? When is he in the club and missed the training? Isn't like a day or two before the game? So logically, he wasn't gonna get suspended. She wasn't. You know what I mean? But I actually believe that they just, without a shadow of a doubt, they wanted to protect their assets. Now, coming to the Wolves game, though. Coming to the Wolves game, which is the last part before I go, because I gotta work. Fuck that. I know. If you want to send me any questions, send me now. So please, someone sent me a super chat yesterday. Someone said that I sent a super chat after the show and it didn't go through. Hit that like button for us. Get us to 150 likes. The Man United versus Wolves game. I'm gonna show you something though. What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? Oh yeah. All right. This is the night before the game. So you're telling me that he went to the night before the game, but he was suspended the Newport game. No, he wasn't chosen because he was in the club. So simple. My point is, so to go back to the game, look at Wolves' form though. They haven't lost a game in 5 games. They haven't lost a game. Man United, yes, they are the team in form. In form, Man United, right? They are the team in form in the league. They drew against Spurs. They won against Wigan. They lost against Forest. And they won against Aston Villa, right? I actually believe Wolves will win this game. They say Pedro Neto's back as well, if I'm not mistaken. I believe Wolves will win this game. And I actually think the problem with Eric Ten Hag and Manchester United that every time he wins a game, yeah, I'm going to talk about this. Every time Man United win a game, it buys him time. Like every time, like Man United winning against Aston Villa, being the team in form, you can't fire him now. But after this, he has West Ham at home, and he has Aston Villa, Luton, right? Man United. So I actually believe for tonight, Arsenal. Do you want predictions? I believe Arsenal will win 2-1. I believe Arsenal will win 2-1 tonight. 2-1. 2-1 tonight. But I believe, so predictions for Liverpool, I said 3-1. Predictions for Man City, Burnley, 4-0. 4-0. And Man United will lose the game, in my opinion, against Wolves. They won't win the game. Neto's back, and I believe that Man United will lose the game. And it won't affect Eric Ten Hag. It will not. I actually guarantee you that it will not affect Eric Ten Hag. But listen, I gotta go now. I want you to like the video before you go. How many likes? We aren't even on 150 likes. Bravo. Thank you for everybody that is supporting my channel. But I want you to do something for me. They might. Liverpool. We'll see how it is. But I believe Liverpool. Listen, people. This will take you to Lee Gunner. Okay? I want you to go and say Judge Mo Raid. Judge Mo Raid. Right here. Just copy it. So please, I want you to go to Lee Gunner. Just do it for me. Judge Mo Raid. Even if you're gonna go like the video, type Judge Mo Raid, and then if you leave, you can stay. It's a nice video. But listen, we'll catch you later tonight at 11 for a reaction, and we'll see you guys soon. And thank you for everybody that is supporting the channel. Everyone that has sent a super chat, Studio Hooks, Aya, Constantinius, Step Back Merchant, Kofi, of course. See you guys. Guys, hit that like button, support the channel, and Judge Mo Raid in the chat for Lee. Judge Mo Raid. We'll see you guys.